Hey guys, welcome back again for a new video. And in this video, we'll be seeing that how do we create a view model that is shared between fragments and the activity. So this is the example of the application that we are going to create. This is an example of a master detail application. So here we have a recycler view with a list of Marvel movies. And here we can see the title of the movie and then we can see the rating of the movie. So if we click on any item here, then we are taken to the detail fragment. And here in the detail fragment, we'll be seeing the title of the movie and the rating of the movie. And here I have not passed in the data by on-click listener, but instead we have used a shared view model. And this detail fragment is getting the data, that is this data, that is the current movie selected by using a shared view model. So let's go back to the master fragment here. And now here we have this menu item here, that is add item. So it will add a movie here. So if we click this item, we see that we added this movie here, that is Avengers Endgame. And don't worry about this rating here because it's a random double here and nothing else. So if we click again, so again we are getting Avengers Endgame because it is hard coded, and the the rating is a double here, as we can see. And we can go to this movie also and we can see the details of the movie. So this is a very basic master detail application, but it uses very beautiful concepts like navigation component, view model, and instead we'll be using a shared view model. And that view model has been shared between the two fragments, that is the master fragment, the detail fragment, and the activity itself, because this add item inside is triggering from the main activity. So that's what we are going to build in this video. And if you want to follow along, then you can go to my GitHub repo and you can clone this repo, and here you can select this branch, that is starter project, because I've created the basic UI inside the starter project, because that is not a part of the video, or that is not the video is all about. It is all about navigation component and using a shared view model, and it basically follows the MVVM architecture. So if you want to follow along, then you can clone this repo and you can select this branch, that is starter project, and you can start coding with me. So let's go to our Android application here and let's see that what is inside the starter project. So here we see that here we have a main activity that extends app-compat activity. Then nothing is done inside the onCreate method. And then we have this onCreate options menu. And then we are inflating this main menu. That is this main menu, and it has only one item, that is add item. So that is what is inflated inside the onCreate options menu. And then we have overridden this method, that is on options item selected, that is whenever we click that item, that is add item. So that's what we are going to do here. So currently it only shows us a toast here. And let me run this application first and then I'll get back to you that what all is inside our application. So here we see that we are getting this title bar here, that is shared view model. This is coming from the main activity, and this is the menu item, that is add item. So let me close this tab from here. And now let's go back here, and now let's go to, so that's all about this main activity here. So let's go to the master fragment here. So again, it's a very basic fragment and it's a blank fragment, as we can see here. And here we just have a reference to our recycler view and the movie adapter. So I'll get back to this movie adapter in a moment. And then inside the onCreate view, I have not done anything. It is just a blank fragment. And if we look at the detail fragment, so again we have two references of the text views, that is the name text view and the rating text view, that should be inside the detail fragment. And again, these are references. I have not even touched find view by IDs inside this fragment. It is completely a blank fragment. So now firstly, let me open this fragment master.xml. So here we see that here we have a frame layout, and inside that frame layout we have a recycler view. And then that recycler view has an ID of recycler view. And then we have added the layout manager here like this, that is a linear layout manager. And then a list item, that is recycler row. And this recycler row refers to this recycler row, which I have created here. And it is a very basic linear layout with two text views, that is for the name text view and the rating text view. And both have the respective IDs like name text view and rating text view. So let's go to the fragment detail here. So here we have a text view with name text view and rating text view like this. That is, this is the name text view and this is the rating text view. And guys, if you don't know that how to create a recycler view, then I would highly recommend that you go and watch my video that is linked above, and the link would be provided in the description as well, where I've explained in detail that how do you create a recycler view. So now let me close this fragment detail, fragment master, and now let's see this activity main file here. So currently it shows a text view here, that is hello world. So we'll be getting rid of this text view here. Instead we'll be adding the navigation component. So now let's close this activity main file also. So now let's look at the movie class here, and it basically has two properties, that is the name of the movie and the rating of the movie. Then we have the constructor for this movie, and then we have the typical getters and setters for these properties, and then we have the toString method. So nothing great about this class. So let's close this class also. So now here comes the movie adapter that is used inside our recycler view. So here we have this movie list, and then we have a constructor of this movie adapter which takes in a movie list as an argument here. And then inside the onCreate view holder, we are inflating the layout, that is the recycler row. And then we are returning a movie view holder. And then inside the onBind view holder, we are calling holder.bind. And then we are passing in the movie here. And then for the get item count, I am just simply returning this movie list.size here, that is this movie list. And now let's look at this class called movie view holder. So it extends to recycler view.view holder. And then it has two text views, that is the name text view and the rating text view. And then I have found out these by IDs, that is the name text view and the rating text view, as we can see here. And then we have this method here, that is bind movie. So in this method, we are binding the name text view to the movie name and the rating text view to the movie rating. So this is all what is done here, but as you can see that we haven't used shared model till now because we haven't even initialized a recycler view. So now let's look at the build.gradle file. So here we can see that we only have the dependency for recycler view, but we haven't added a dependency for the navigation component and the view model. So let's grab those dependencies. And for the dependencies, I'll provide the link in the description below where you can go and find the dependencies for the respective things. So I'm simply copying and pasting them here. So this is the dependency for view model and for live data. And now let me copy the dependency for navigation component. So let me copy it and let me paste it here. And now we can see that we have the dependency for navigation component. So now the first thing I would do is that I would sync my project. So now let's close this build.gradle file, and firstly let's go to our activity main.xml. So here firstly what I'll do, I'll simply remove this text view from here because we want to include the navigation component here. So let's go to this containers thing here, and here we need to add in the navhost fragment. So now firstly to add the navhost fragment, what I'll do, I'll go to this resource directory here, and here let me create a navigation graph. And if you don't know that how to work with navigation components again, then you can go and watch my video that is linked above, and the link is in the description as well. So this would be an Android resource file, and let me name my navigation as navgraph. So navgraph, and then the resource type would be navigation. And now let's click on OK. And this is our get thing. Don't worry about this thing here. So now we have this navgraph here. So now let's go to the activity main again. And this time I'll be adding this navhost fragment. So let me drag it here, and it automatically picks up this navgraph here. So let me select this navgraph and let me click on OK here. So we have this navigation fragment here. So let me constrain it to the top, left, bottom and right with the margins of 0 on all the sides. And let's change the width and height to be match constraints. And notice the ID is fragment here. So this is the XML layout of the XML file containing the navhost fragment here. Or let me rename this fragment to navhost fragment. So navhost fragment like this. So now let's go back to our navgraph here. And now we have our host ready. And now inside here we can add our fragments for the respective destinations. So currently, firstly, we want the master fragment. So let me select that. And now secondly, we want the detail fragment like this. And now we want to make a connection from this master fragment to detail fragment. So simply let's drag this action here to the detail fragment. Let me increase the font zoom level here. So we have this connection here, as we can see. And this action has an ID of action master fragment to detail fragment like this. So now let's go to our master fragment, that is this master fragment here. And inside here, we want something here, that is firstly we want the nav controller. So let me initialize the nav controller here, or let me declare the nav controller here, that is private nav controller would be nav controller. And these recycler view and movie adapter can also be private. So let us make them private here like this. And now we'll find this nav controller inside the onViewCreated method. So let's override the onViewCreated. And now inside here, we'll say, and let me give me some room here at the bottom here. So here we'll say nav controller equal to navigation dot find nav controller. And here we can pass in this view that is coming as an argument here inside the onViewCreated method. And now let me also find this recycler view here. So recycler view equal to view dot find view by id and r dot id dot recycler view, because inside the master fragment we have this recycler view. As we can see here that we have this recycler view with an id of recycler view. And now let's go to our detail fragment here, and inside the onViewCreated, let me override that method, that is onViewCreated. So onViewCreated, and inside here also we'll find the text views, that is the name text view and the rating text view. So firstly let us make them private here, and this should be name text view equal to view dot find view by id r dot id dot name text view. And then the second one would be the rating text view. This should be again equal to view dot find view by id r dot id dot rating text view, like this. And now we also need to find the nav controller here, that is inside this fragment also. So private nav controller, and again here we'll say nav controller equal to navigation dot find nav controller, and here we can pass in the view here like this. And now almost everything about the navigation is complete, and if something is left we'll fix it later on. So now let's create our shared view model. So how do we do that? So it's pretty simple. Let's go here and let's right click here and new Java class, and let's call it shared view model. And you can name this class as in what you like. I'm calling it shared view model. And now this extends view model, and I am extending it from view model. And if you want the context inside the shared view model, then you can use the Android view model, but here I am using the view model class here. So now what I'll do, instead of writing any code inside the shared view model, first let's get a reference to the shared view model inside our main activity, the master fragment and the detail fragment. So let's go to our main activity here, and here let me define my shared view model here, that is private shared view model, and inside the onCreate method we'll initialize the shared view model here. So we'll simply say shared view model equal to new view model providers, and notice that it is without the s here. And here we can pass in this for the context or for the owner, not for the context but the owner. And then we can simply get shared view model dot class like this. And now we have an instance of our shared view model. And now let's also find the shared view model inside the main fragment and inside the master fragment and the detail fragment. So let's copy this and let's go to our master fragment, and again we'll declare it here, that is like this. And now you should find your shared view model inside the onViewCreated. So let's find it here, or let's initialize it here, not finding it, but we are initializing the shared view model. So we can simply say shared view model equal to new view model provider, and here we need to pass in the owner, and for the owner we can simply say require activity like this, and then we can simply get the shared view model dot class. So this is how you initialize your shared view model inside your fragment, that is using this require activity for the owner. And now the similar thing we'll do in the detail fragment. So firstly let's declare a shared view model, and inside the onViewCreated we'll initialize the shared view model the same way as we initialized it in the master fragment. So new view model provider, and here we'll say require activity, and then we'll simply get the class, that is shared view model dot class like this. So now that is how you find your shared view models inside the fragments and inside the activities. So let's go to our shared view model here, and here we want two mutable live data. And if you don't know that what mutable live data is and what live data is and even what view model is, then you can go and watch my video again, that is linked above, and the link is in the description below as well, where I've explained in very simple steps that what view model does and what is the benefits of using live data and mutable live data. So here inside our shared view model, firstly let me define the tag here for this class in case we need it, and then we'll have a private mutable live data, and this would be a list of movie like this, and we'll call it mutable live data, or let's call it mutable movie list like this, and we'll simply say it equal to new mutable live data like this. And now we'll also want a single movie as a mutable live data because that will be used inside the detail fragment. So we'll simply create this variable here, that is private mutable live data, and this would be type of movie like this, and this would be mutable movie, and this should be again equal to new mutable live data like this. And now what we want to observe this mutable movie list inside our master fragment, because that is where we are creating a recycler view. Let's initialize the recycler view here firstly before observing the movie list from the shared view model. So here what we'll say, firstly we'll create our movie adapter. So inside the on view created, what I'll do, I'll simply say movie adapter equal to new movie adapter, and here we need to pass in the movie list. So we can simply pass in the movie list. So what we can do, we can initialize the movie list here itself, or let's initialize the movie list here at the very top level. So private list of movie equal to movie list like this, and this should be equal to new array list, that is an empty movie list here, and that's what we are passing here inside this movie adapter. And for the changes inside the movie list, we'll listen from the shared view model. So now what we can do, we can set this adapter to our recycler view dot set adapter movie adapter, and we'll also add the item decoration to our recycler view. So recycler view dot add item decoration, new divider item decoration, and here we can pass in context would be get context, or we can simply say require context like this, and then the orientation would be divider item decoration dot vertical like this. So now this recycler view setting adapter is complete. So now we want to observe something from the shared view model, that is we want to observe the changes inside our movie list, that is this movie list. Let me go to my shared view model, that is this mutable live data we want to observe because this contains a list of movies. So let's create a new method here, that is public live data, because that is the return type here, and this contains a list of movie, and we can call this method as get movie list like this, and then we can simply return this mutable movie list because, so let me return it first and then I'll explain it. And why we can return mutable movie list, because it is of type of mutable live data, whereas this expects a return type of live data, and that is because this mutable live data extends live data. Therefore we can return mutable live data whenever something is returning live data. So that is why we can return this mutable movie list. And now since we do not have an API or we are not using Room, so what we can do, we can simply load the movies here inside our shared view model. So let me load them asynchronously. So for that I'll create an async task, but in a typical application you should be creating another file here that is called your movie repo, where you should be handling all the addition and deletion of the movies. But here inside this tutorial I'll be doing all that stuff inside my shared view model. So for that I'll create a class here, that is class load movies, and this extends from async task, and this taken void and void like this. So let me implement the default method, that is the do in background, and the on post execute method like this. So for do in background, what I'll do, I'll simply make the thread sleep for say 2 seconds. So we can simply say thread dot sleep, and here we can pass in 2 seconds like this, and we need to surround it with try and catch like this. And now inside the on post execute, I'll simply create my movie list, that is my hard-coded movie list. So list of movie, so movies equal to new array list like this. So let me add some movies to this movie list. So let me copy them and let me paste it here. So this should be called movie list like this. And now this gives me an error because my movie class expects a string and a string, because in my movie class I have provided this both rating and name to be of a string type. So let me change this rating to be of double type. So let me change it to be double here. So let me copy that and let me paste it here, and this should be again this thing here, and this should be this thing here, and the error is gone. And let me again create that toString method here like this, and now the error would be gone inside our shared view model. And now inside the on post execute, we have this movie list. And now what we'll do, so we can simply say mutable movie list, that is this mutable movie list. So mutable movie list dot post value, and here we can simply pass in the movie list that we have just created here. And now inside this function, what we'll do to get the movie list, we'll simply execute this async task, that is this load movies task. So we can simply say new load movies dot execute like this. So this thing is complete here, that is for getting a list of movies. So now let's observe this get movie list inside our master fragment. So let's go to our master fragment here, and here after we have initialized the shared view model, what we can do, we can simply say shared view model dot get movie list dot observe, and here we need to pass in the lifecycle owner. And to get the lifecycle owner, what we can do, we can use this thing here, that is get view lifecycle owner comma new observer like this. And this is the proper way of providing in the owner here, that is get view lifecycle owner. And now when the movie list is changed, what we'll do, we'll simply clear the old movie list. So we'll simply say movie list dot clear, and then we'll add all the movies of the movies coming inside this on change method to our movie list. So movie list dot add all, and here we can pass in the movies here like this. And then what we can do, we can simply notify data change inside our movie adapter. So what we can do, movie adapter dot notify data set changed like this. So let's try running this application and let's see that if we are able to see our recycler view, and then we'll work upon the detail fragment. Okay, so we have an error here because rating text view dot set text movie dot get rating, and here we have get rating in double. So let's convert that double to string. So let's go to our movie adapter here, and here we'll simply wrap it inside string dot value of, and here we can do it like this. So now let's run this application, and I hope that our recycler view should be working. So I hope it should be working, and we see nothing here, or yes, we see our recycler view after 2 seconds because that was the delay we invoked inside our load movies async task. So now let's handle the click events inside this recycler view, and for that I'm going to create an interface inside this movie adapter. So let's create an interface inside this movie adapter, and this should be called interface, and this should be movie adapter interface, or let's call it on item click listener like this. So let's create a method inside this interface that is on item click. So let's call it public void on item click like this, and here we need to pass in the position of the movie. So we will simply say int position like this. And now we'll implement this interface inside our master fragment. So let's go to our master fragment and let's implement that interface, that is movie adapter dot on item click listener. And by pressing alt and enter, we implement the default method, that is the on item click method that we have created. And for now, let me simply make a toast here, that is like this. So create a new toast, and here we'll simply say require context for the context, and here we'll simply say position like this. So now let's go to our movie adapter again, And inside the constructor of this method, we should be passing in one more argument, and that is this on item click listener interface here. So we can simply say on item click listener here, and then this should be on item click listener here, and here we should initialize the on item click listener on item click listener here, and then we should say this dot on item click listener equal to on item click listener like this. And now to initialize this movie adapter, we need to pass in the listener inside our main act fragment, and here we can simply pass in this. That is, this fragment implements that interface that is on item click. So now let's go again back to our movie adapter here, and now we need to call this method, that is this on item click, from inside our main movie view holder where we are initializing the movie view holder. So what we can do, we can simply say item view dot set on click listener, and this would be new view on click listener. And here what we can simply say, on item click listener dot on item click, and here we will pass in the current position, that is get adapter position. So now this method would be called. So now let's run this application and let's see if we are able to get the toast. So our application crashed. So let's see that what is the error. And the error is something like this, that we have a fatal exception, and that is because of the toast here. And I think that I might be passing in the int position there, and that is what I'm passing. So let's wrap it inside string dot value of, and here we'll pass in the position like this. And this time probably we won't be getting any error. So we see that we are getting the toast here. So what we can do, to go to the detail fragment, we can simply go to the detail fragment from inside this on item click. We do not want to show the toast because we already have our nav controller ready. So what we can do, we can simply say nav controller dot navigate, and here we can pass in the action here, r.id.action master fragment to detail fragment. So that's all what we need to do to go to the detail fragment. So let's run this application again and let's see that if we are able to go to the detail fragment. So here we are, and let's click here. We are inside the detail fragment, and whatever the item you click, it will only show Captain America because we haven't appended anything inside the detail fragment. So now let's go back again to our application and let's see how to handle the detail fragment. So let's go to the detail fragment here. And now to observe the movie inside the detail fragment, what I'll do, I'll go to my shared view model, and here I'll create another method, that is public live data, and this would return a movie object, and this should be get movie like this, and it should return this mutable movie that we have initialized here as a mutable live data, and this returns a mutable movie. And now whenever we click this master fragment, that is whenever the navigation starts from the master fragment to the detail fragment, we want to call some method inside our shared view model that would set the movie inside this mutable live data to the current movie, that is the movie that is selected. So for that, what I'll do, I'll create a new method here, that is public void set movie, and this should take in the position that the movie was clicked, on which the movie was clicked. So let me provide an I here like this. And now what I'll do, I'll simply get the movie from the mutable movie list like this. So movie equal to mutable movie list dot get value, because dot get value returns us a list of movies, and then we'll get the movie at position, which is passed here as an argument here. And then what I'll do, I'll simply call this mutable movie dot set value, and here we'll simply say movie like this. And I'm using the set value here because I'm calling it from the main UI thread and not from the background thread. So now this is the method here, that is set movie. So let's call this method from inside our master fragment. So let's go to our master fragment here, and inside the on item click, what I'll do, I'll simply say shared view model dot set movie, and here we'll pass in the position like this. And now we'll get this movie inside a detail fragment like this, that is using the shared view model. And here what we can do, we can observe this method here, that is get movie, because it returns as a live data, and this returns as a mutable movie. So let's go to our detail fragment here, and what we'll say, shared view model dot get movie dot observe, and again for the lifecycle owner we can pass in get view lifecycle owner and then new observer like this. And then what we'll do, we'll simply call a method here that is update UI, and this is the method we are going to create in a moment. So let me copy it from here and let me create that method here, that is private void update UI, where we are updating the UI, that is this name text view and the rating text view of the detail fragment, that is this name text view and rating text view. So let's go to the detail fragment here, and here we need to pass in the movie here. So let's pass in the movie here like this, and let me pass in the movie here as well, that is this movie that is coming as a parameter here or as an argument here, that is unchanged method here. So here what we'll say, name text view dot set text movie dot get text or get name, and then the rating text view dot set text, and here we'll simply wrap it using the string dot value of movie dot get rating like this. So I hope that everything will work as we expect them to work. So let's run this application again and let's see that if we are able to see the movie inside the detail fragment. So let's click on Iron Man here and we see that we are getting Iron Man here. So let's go back here. Let's click on Avengers. We are getting Avengers. So let's click on Captain America and we are getting Captain America. So now one thing remains, that is of handling this menu item from inside the main activity, so as we can add movies inside this movie list. So let's go back again here inside our application, and what I want is that let me open my main activity here, and here inside this on options item selected I am handling that menu item click here. So here what I'll do, I'll simply create a method here that is private void add movie, and this would be a random movie. So let's create a movie here. So movie equal to new movie, and here I am passing in Avengers like this, and for the rating of the movie I'll simply pass a random double. So new random dot next double like this. And now what we want to do, we want to create a method inside our shared view model class. So let's go to our shared view model, and here let's create another method. So let's call it a public method, that is public void add movie like this, and here this takes in one argument and that is the movie itself, that is passed by the main activity. And here what we'll do, we'll simply say, or first simply let's check if mutable movie list dot get value is not equal to null. So if it is not equal to null, then we can get the list from that mutable movie list. So what we can do, we can simply say list of movie list equal to mutable movie list dot get value like this, and then we'll add the movie to this movie list. So movie list dot add, and here we'll add the movie that is passed here as an argument, and then we'll simply say mutable movie list dot set value and this movie list, that is this movie list like this. So this was the case if the mutable movie list dot get value was not null, or else what, and then we simply want to return from here, or else if that was not the case, then this get value would have returned null here. So in that case what we need to do, we need to simply call this method, or we need to create a new movie list. So movie list equal to new array list like this, and then we need to add the movie inside this movie list, that is this movie like this. And now we'll simply call mutable movie list dot set value movie list like this. So this is our double check here, that is we are making sure that the list of movies inside this mutable movie list is not null. And now we need to call this method that is add movie from our main activity. So let's go to our main activity, and here since we have our shared view model ready, inside the onCreate method as defined here or as initialized here. So let's grab that shared view model dot add movie, and here we can simply pass in this movie, that is a hard-coded movie here that we have created. And now to call this add movie, we simply can call add movie here, and we can remove this toast from here. So now let's run our application and let's see that if we are able to add movies. But as I can see, there would be a weird error while adding movies to our movie list. So let's see. So currently we have everything working fine. So if we click on add item, just watch what happens. So no problem. And if we go to Avengers, we see this. So let's go back here, and what? Our new 2 movies have been gone. And there is a reason for that, because let's go back to our application here, and that is because we are calling this new load movies every time. So what we should do instead, we should wrap it inside this if mutable movie list dot get value is equal to null, then only we want to call this async task, that is new load movies dot execute, that is this thing here. So I hope that this will fix our problem here, that is of reloading the movies back to the previous 3. So currently everything works fine. Now if we add item, so this is the new item, we can go to this item. So let's go back again. Now let me add another item, we can go to Iron Man, and now let's go to Avengers. So now we see that everything is working fine. So now this is all about shared view model, and the application is almost complete and the tutorial is almost complete. But something remains about the navigation component, that is for the title of the fragments here. So let's see that how do we fix that. So let's go back to our application and let's open this navgraph.xml file here. And here let me switch to the XML view here. And here for the master fragment, we can simply provide a label here, and let's call it master like this. And for the detail fragment, we can provide in the label like this, that is detail. So this would fix the labels for the master and detail fragment, but we also want to have a back button in the app bar, that is for the detail fragment. So let's do that also. So for that, let's go to our main activity, and here what we need to do, we need to find the nav controller. So let me find the nav controller like this. So private nav controller, and here inside the onCreate method, we'll find our nav controller equal to navigation dot find nav controller, and here we can pass in this for the activity and the ID of the fragment in which is the ID of the nav controller, r.id.fragment. What was the ID of this thing here? That is this fragment here, that is nav host fragment. So let's find that. So nav host fragment like this. And now we need to override one method, that is on support navigation up for the back button to work. So we need to override this method here, that on support navigation up, and we are overriding this method that is on support navigation up because we are using app compat activity. And here before returning something, we can simply say nav controller dot navigate up like this. So now let's run this application and let's see that if everything is working fine. So again we see this shared view model, why not master? And that is because we haven't set the navigation UI to be set up with action bar. So we can do that inside the onCreate method. So what we can do after we find the nav controller, we can do something like this. That's navigation UI dot setup action bar with nav controller. And here we can pass in this for the activity, and for the nav controller, we can pass in the nav controller. And now let's run this application, and this time probably we'll be seeing the master as the label of our master fragment. So we can see this thing here. Now let's go to the detail activity. We can see the detail, and we have the description of the movie here. We can press the back button to go back to the master fragment. And now the last part of this puzzle, that was for this navigation component, and that is adding the animations, that is from master to detail and detail to master. So we'll do that also in this video itself. So for that, let me create a new resource directory. So Android resource directory, and this would be called anim because it will contain our anim values. So let me change the resource type to be anim like this. And inside here, we'll create 4 files. So let me create those 4 files here. So animation resource file, and this should be called slide in left, like this. Let's press OK. Let's create new file here. And if you want to know that why we are creating 4 files, and that is because this thing here, that is, let me cancel it and let's go to our nav host fragment. Where is it? So our nav graph here. So let me open the design tab here, and this action takes in 4 animations. That is the enter animation, the exit animation, the pop enter animation, and the pop exit animation. And if you want to know that what all these animations means, or what are these animations used for, then you can go and watch my video that is again linked at the top here, where I explained that why there are 2 enter animations, that is enter anim, pop enter anim, and why there are 2 exit animations, that is exit animation and pop exit animation. So for these 4 animations, I am creating 4 files here inside the animation folder. So this would be slide in right. Next 2 files would be called slide in or slide out left, and the 4th file would be called slide out right, like this. So now firstly let's fill in the slide in left here. So we need to translate from x delta, that is from -300, to x delta, that is 0, and then the duration, or let me provide in the duration like this, Android duration, and this should be equal to 200 milliseconds, like this. And then we also want to change the opacity by using this alpha thing here, that is from alpha, that is from 0 to alpha would be 1, and then the duration would be same as it was here inside the translate, like this. And now what I'll do, I'll simply copy this from here, and let's go to the slide in right thing, that is slide in right, and now let me paste it here, and we'll simply change the values here. And the x delta this time would be 300, that is from the positive x-axis to 0, and from the alpha would be same as before, because it's in animation, that whatever is coming in, and that is because the 2 alpha value is always 1. So now let's go to the slide out animation, slide out left. So slide out left would contain from x delta, that is from 0, it will go up to -300, and the duration would be 200, and the alpha would be from 1 to 0, that is, it is going out of the view. So now let me copy this from here, and let's paste it inside the slide out right animation here. And this time from x delta would be 0, and 2x delta would be 300, and the alpha would remain same because it is going out of the view. So now let's go to the navgraph.xml here. So here the enter animation would be slide in right, so slide in right. The exit animation would be slide out left, slide out left. The pop enter animation would be slide in left, so slide in left. And the pop exit animation would be slide out right. And why I'm using these values, that is slide out right, slide in left, you can go and watch my videos, because there I've explained using animations that how do these animations work. And now let's run this application, and let's see that if we are able to see the animations inside the application here. So now if we go to Iron Man, we are getting that animation, and if we press the back button, we are back inside the master fragment. So this is how this application was. So guys, that's all about this video, and I hope that you like the video. And if you do, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe to my channel. And if you want, you can support me on patreon.com. I'll provide the link in the description. And if you want to support the channel, do support the channel on paypal.com. I'll provide the link in the description as well. So thank you, bye bye, tata, take care, and have a good day, and stay home with me, and stay safe and stay happy.